Boom, boy, what's up, man? It's your boy Younger 3TV, nigga. I'm back with another fucking video, nigga. You say what? I said, bitch, I'm back with another fucking video, bitch. Don't turn me down, bitch. Hey, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you ain't, you hear me? Hit that bell, man. I have to beat you up. But nah, though, hit that bell, man. Go check out my other videos on my channel. You hear me? Go see what y'all like. You hear me? Let me know what y'all want me to drop. Come on, man. But as y'all can see by the thumbnail title today, you finna get into these people, nigga. They invaded properties, like they just go randomly just run into your house and nigga stay in your shit. Realize, nigga, come move in. You hear me? I don't even know where it's at, so nigga, hey, let's see though. Let's see. Me and you finna watch it together, man. Come on, tune in, watch this video to the end. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Squatters.
This guy just broke down my door. You shouldn't be trying to steal my house.
Hey, you want to do something? You want to steal my home?
This is Seattle, Washington, a city where you can legally steal other people's homes.
Are they going to pay legal
Off the property.
Are you going to pay rent this month?
If you're on vacation, they can come. Anyone can stay.
How is this legally even possible?
They fully moved in there. They had suitcases, bags, they had food in the fridge.
Our children were traumatized by this experience.
It goes back to the old times where it's like when you showed up and you took some land, I feel like that's the times we're getting back to.
For what?
For being in my own home.
If the woman says it's her property and he says he lives here and she says they're squatting, she would have to go to court and go through the entire legal process to have him even.
But I live here now.
Oh, you do?
Sure.
Well, good for you.
Kick me out.
It's a civil code.
This state is so broken.
What the fuck? So damn, nigga, I can go to Seattle, Washington, nigga, just move into somebody's house? That shit is crazy. That shit is wild. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think about that, man. Y'all let me know in the comments, man.
The owner of the property.
Here's how AI can help you close your first 4 or 5 figure deal fast. Actually, just launched a new feature.
Property sees this. What's a message you'd like to give to him? It seems like sorry. I headed to the epicenter of the crisis, Seattle, Washington, to meet up with local journalist Jonathan Cho to see what's going on. We've been exposing the squatting epidemic and the broken laws protecting them, starting with Sang Kim. He recently made national headlines for squatting in this $2 million property in Bellevue, Washington. After the entire neighborhood banded together to shame Kim out of the neighborhood, Seattle's Housing Justice Project paid $88,000 in delinquent rent for Kim to his missed rent out of taxpayer dollars.
How much longer are you going to be staying here, sir?
He actually is not paying rent. He's exploiting the system.
Why is Kim still squatting in this house? And why won't he simply leave?
Morning, Jonathan. We're back.
Hey, what's up? Back at the scene of the crime, man.
So, right behind us, we have a beautiful view. We're in a nice-ass neighborhood. How much are these houses?
I mean, on average, $2 to $3 million. This is the elite Woodridge neighborhood with gorgeous skylines of downtown Bellevue. I mean, everyone wants to live here.
And when I mentioned squatters to you, you said you gotta come down here. I have a story for you. And then I saw the story pop up on my Twitter feed.
You can't make this stuff up. It's now a global story. I mean, you've got Daily Mail on this. You've got The Mirror, The Sun, national networks like Fox News covering this. You've got this guy, Kim, who's been staying at this house now for more than 2 years now, and he hasn't paid a single penny of rent after the first month, that is.
So we're gonna knock on Kim's door right now, ask him if he's gonna pay this upcoming rent. So right in front of us, we have 2 no trespassing, 3 no trespassing signs, car parked right in front.
The problem now here in Washington is that the homeowner, Jaskaran Singh, even if you want to evict the guy, there's a backlog of eviction cases in court. It's a broken system. If Kim doesn't pay in May, Singh says he will start the eviction process for the 4th time. There have been nearly 2 months of protests, public shaming of Kim to get out, but still, Kim is hunkering down.
So Kim did in fact eventually pay the amount he was owed.
Housing Justice Project used taxpayer dollars.
But my thing is, like, god damn, they told me this nigga be living in that bitch for that long. Like, nigga, this is 4th time doing it, nigga. I don't know. I ain't gonna fake me. You getting out my shit. I'm putting you out my shit. But then they say, nigga, that's the law though. Nigga, they law is fucked up. You hear me? Y'all let me know y'all stay in Seattle, Washington. Y'all watching this, bro. Y'all have some squatters coming y'all shit. Y'all let me know, man.
That's the key. And he knows the system so well that he can take advantage of it.
But before I confront the squatter, let's talk to the homeowner. There he is. I'm here with
Just Karan Singh.
Saying you own this home, right?
Yes, sir.
I How much did this home cost?
Right now value is close to 2 million. So I lived in this country 18 years. This is my second investment property and it took me a while. It's my hard-earned money invested here.
And who currently lives in this home?
He's a squatter. He has been exploiting the system since 1996. He has done multiple scams, and being an immigrant, I was tricked by him, and I trusted him and his family to give him on a rent. But he's not leaving for last 2 years, and he's exploiting the system.
How did it go down?
He paid the first month, and the second month, and the last month as a security deposit, and he didn't pay afterwards.
Okay.
Fourth eviction if he doesn't pay the rent next week.
So when you say fourth eviction, what does that even mean? I would assume the first, second, or third would get him out of the house.
That means there's a housing justice project. The system is protecting basically. He's paying his rent through our taxpayer money. He's getting lawyers from our taxpayers' money. He's milking the system and we need to stop it.
How much money have you lost on the property since he's been in here?
It's a lawyer fee close to 35,000. The rent is paid, but the mental, I live just 1,000 feet from the property and I can't drive on this road and we can't walk in
So
cement.
legally cannot drive through this road?
Yeah, legally I was not able to till last Wednesday.
Damn,
And this should be a message.
why this nigga, why? Didn't a nigga change Chong Chin say some shit like that? You hear me? That's his name? Y'all let me know in the comments, bro.
All the squatters that we will get you.
We will get you.
We'll get you. Enough is enough. If you're on vacation, they can come. Anyone can say. So watch out, guys. It's I expected, and people from India, Australia, England, my friends, relatives, they're calling me. They're saying, "What? This is what happening in America?"
Do you think you'll pay rent this month?
I have no idea.
Should I knock on his door and ask him?
Go ahead.
But before I knocked on Kim's door, I wondered, what does the neighborhood think about this?
Is it night?
They offered me $3,000
I ain't gonna fake, I wish a nigga would.
This Harvard AI calculator showed me.
Nice neighborhood he has.
Thank you. Yeah.
My name's Tyler, by the way.
How much do houses typically go for around here?
Recently, there's been some selling for 2.5, 3. New houses are going for almost 4.
Do you own a home out here?
Yes, this one right behind me.
How would you feel if someone moved into your home when you were on vacation and then refused to leave?
That would be unbelievable. I don't know what I would do. I would probably first call the police to see if they could be removed. But with the situation we have across the street, obviously that's not a deal.
Do you think the law is on the homeowner's side here in Washington?
No, not currently, because we thought, once we sell this house, if we could afford to hang on to it, we'd like to rent it out. But after the last year, this guy across the street, we thought differently about that. I don't understand.
That's
why.
crazy, bro. That's killing niggas' businesses. That's killing niggas' financial wealth. That's killing niggas, you hear me, money though. That's killing niggas' dreams. Like these niggas out here squatting the people out. Let's say, Vincent, nigga, y'all go to Hawaii, some shit for the weekend. You come back and the whole nigga living in your shit. A whole family living in your shit. Feet kicked up, nigga, no socks on, ass cheeks on your couch. Like, come on, man. Like, dead ass serious, bro. You think about that shit, son. This shit going on in Seattle, Washington.
He's been able to remain in there. I understand there's a housing project that will pay his rent, but I think the taxpayers are the ones paying for that money that's going to him.
Sure. Do you think the laws in Washington should change as it relates to squatting?
Hell yeah.
I think King County needs to do a lot of stuff. Ever since they started making drugs legal over there in Seattle and stuff, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but we're considering moving out of this state.
So this is where it gets weird. I don't know if Kim will come to the door if I'm there. All right, give me a little bit.
We're here with the press. We're just seeing if we could talk to you about the squatting situation. The squatting situation? Okay, we're wondering if, are you going to pay rent this month?
Can you please get off the property?
Yeah, well, we got authorization from the landlord to come. Sure.
I'm the one who's living here. Get off the property.
Okay, is HJP going to pay your legal fees this month?
Please.
Are they going to pay your legal fees?
Get off the property.
Sure, no, we will leave, but...
He look like he been hearing that bitch studying everything about the law. He milking the system, and these niggas can't even, they don't know nothing about the system like this nigga do. They can't, hey.
I'm wondering if you're going to pay your rent or redeem yourself.
It's my business, not yours.
Okay. Well, it's taxpayers' business, right?
No, it's not.
What if the taxpayers are paying your legal fees?
Yeah,
Not this time? All right.
Well, here's the thing I want to emphasize, that from his perspective, he's the victim.
He's always framed himself as the victim, as this Korean national who's just trying to live the American dream. You know, he's not trying to hurt anybody, but in fact, everyone's hurt him. And he uses, you know, Mr. Singh as an example of a crooked landlord who never fixed any of the appliances and just would constantly pressure him. But as you know, Singh also had a temporary protection order filed against him by Mr. Kim, and Singh prevailed. He won in court.
There's no world where Jaskaran could come in here and change the locks and they can leave.
That's not going to happen because I think that's against the law here in Washington State.
What?
Go to jail.
Like, he owned the fucking home. He owned a home, so you telling me this nigga owned a home? Bro, his hard-earned money. You hear me? Let's say, for instance, bro, y'all buy a house out there in Washington, bro. Y'all hard-earned money, bro. Y'all rented that, and like, well, they ain't even rented that. You hear me? Like, the nigga is squatting. Like, the nigga just moved in on some funny shit. You hear me? And like, nigga, you cannot go in there and change your own locks if the nigga leave. Like, you can't go do no thing. That's against the law. That shit shiesty. That shit poop-put. They some hoes out here. You hear me? Yeah, they some hoes out here. That's on me, gangster. That's on Salon. They some hoes out here.
Go to prison.
Since filming this, Sang Kim has refused to pay rent on time again, and Jaskaran will be moving forward with his 4th eviction attempt. After meeting the intermediate squatter Kim, what does the beginner squatter look like? I met up with Andrea Suarez, founder of We Heart Seattle, who said she knew where we could find some squatters nearby.
Up until recently, this building was used as a squatter's haven, and just recently fenced off, and recently we're seeing action here where it's being finally demolished. This was, I guess, had been squatted in for months. The neighbors had called multiple 911s, multiple fires. Nothing was ever done about it. The police couldn't really do anything about trespassing because it's on private property. Yeah, you can see all the boards, the windows. I'm sure there was working plumbing, showers.
See anything going on here as it relates to squatting?
Like, I have noticed that, like, this house has been pretty much squatted or unoccupied for, like, the last 2 years I've lived here.
2 years?
Yeah, like, I've literally never, ever seen anyone live here or, like, anyone actually own the house, it seems like.
What are your thoughts on squatter rights here in Seattle?
I think it's a bit ridiculous, in my opinion. I just think they have a little too much rights for what it is. Like, I mean, people work hard to own a house like this and to literally...
Exactly.
Being wrongfully terminated is terrible. Not only have you lost your job, often without any...
Literally, if they're just looking to rent it out and they can't find someone to rent, like, rent's ridiculously expensive right now, so it's like, just someone can pretty much just hop into a lot of these houses. A lot of them are unoccupied, and I think that's a little ridiculous for how hard a lot of the people work around here, how expensive a lot of these houses and the property is.
Thanks, man. Okay, what do we got?
This one's abandoned here.
There's a squatter inside?
Oh, this one looks like it's open.
Yeah, it looks pretty active. I don't know. Yeah, that looks, no, it's a dead end.
Yeah, I mean, this is a nightmare, man, for all the neighbors who have to live next to these empty houses that are probably set for demolition. And the squatters know where to go, and people live in here. You know, there's no heat, there's no electricity, so you've got to stay warm, right? So you start fires, and that's why you have all these scorch marks on pretty much every single structure here.
It's the fire, the murder, the body, the outrage by neighbors, calls to the mayor, media that is in critical mass is finally, then there's action. Tragedy always has to happen multiple times before action has been taken, and thankfully we're seeing that action being taken now.
That's sad. That's sad. That nigga strategies gotta happen before action gotta be taken. That's sad. To say you live in a state, nigga, what, nigga, that's sad. I couldn't do it.
Over 1.2 million pounds of trash, 35,000 needles. We found 12 dead bodies, and we've helped hundreds of people off the streets into detox, back home, back to mom, back to grandma, back to their families, get clean and sober, get a job, because it doesn't seem like any other social service wants to do anything but enable addiction.
People that live right here, I just want to emphasize, we have lights on. This is someone's property, right next to them, active squatters, active fire, building getting shut down. They said a body was found out here?
Yeah. Bodies unfortunately get dumped in these empty houses, abandoned buildings. So who knows what's going on in these places. Right now it's boarded up, but I truly believe within a matter of weeks somebody's going to try to go back in.
I mean, If you peer through the window there, it's like freshly boarded off. We're gonna go to another property where active squatting is going down and meet a guy named Caesar, the king himself. Looks like she's found out where it is. But the needle caps, I think we've arrived. Watch your back. Don't get mugged. Use common sense. Genuinely, I don't trust this.
Remember the last squatter motel?
Yep.
The hilltop? Just a few hundred feet down and
right over there.
Demolished. Next to all these squatter houses. It makes all the sense.
This is where we pulled over, found the guys, and burned down.
Urine bag here.
Wow, there's urine bags.
Sizer, welfare check.
Several houses on this side of the road alone. Look. Hey, you okay?
Oh, you're back.
Yeah, hey.
Right there.
The hell?
How you doing?
That nigga came out that bitch like a ghost, nigga. Like that nigga came out that bitch like.
Look.
That nigga got scared.
You okay?
Oh, you're back.
Yeah, hey. Right there.
What's up?
How you doing, bro?
Guys.
We didn't know if you were alive.
I'm alive. I just didn't. I went to work on that car, bro.
Dude, we gotta talk. Last time we saw you, you were in the
right now, bro.
Dude! We meet again! This is Caesar. 4 months ago, Jonathan and I found him squatting in this abandoned building, and 11 days later, the building was found to have burned down. I had no clue what happened to him since, and the viewers loved him.
Oh,
you got all your tools?
I'm a boss. You got my Ray-Bans right here, my Ray-Bans. This is what I'm gonna make my fortune.
Are you concerned about this right here, the propane tank? No?
No, man. I done firefighting training, like.
Really?
I got a lot of skills, but.
Dude, how did it go? What
Remember
happened?
us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Tyler. We came last time.
We've reunited. Can we see what's going on?
I recognize your voice.
Yeah.
So I'm painting right now. So just mind your clothes, bro.
Yeah, okay. Heard.
Andrea.
So we met the man who we spoke to in the building that burned down. I want to hear your story, man. What happened to the building?
He was gay, bro. He wanted to do gay stuff with me.
Oh, he was trying to smash?
And I was like, I'd rather burn in hell. And he tried to burn me, huh?
Trying to kill you?
I assume.
He tried to kill you in the fire?
He lit the fire, bro.
He lit the fire to spite you because you guys wouldn't have gay sex?
I don't know, bro. I haven't like.
I thought you might not even be alive. Dude, Caesar, we have so many people on the internet that have believed in you, wanted to hear what happened to you. We found you. We know you were Caesar.
I knew you guys were gonna find me because this is the way it works, bro. You know, that's how I work.
Caesar, 10 million people saw you, and you saw the video, right?
What am I supposed to do, bro? Hop on that sex or what? I'm over here chilling, dude. Like, all this right here is all dumpster dive.
Wow. This is the most unexpected reunited moment of all time. We never thought we'd see you again. So we got wet paint. I just want to establish, Caesar, you've been grinding since we last saw you.
See right here, like, I don't have tape. I can't afford it. You see
So tell me about your project in here. It's blue. It's nicely painted.
Oh, well, first I painted it white. I wanted white on white.
I want to hear a story here. Yeah.
But then I ran out of paint. What are you supposed to do? So
Well, let it be known you have like $1 million view right here. That's badass, dude. You spoke to the
man, you guys are crazy, dog. You were trying to knock down the door. I was like, I recognized your voice and what you were talking about. I was like, oh, that's that fool.
So,
that's that fool.
We have some Australian YouTubers who thought we burned down the building after meeting you.
Alright, look what it says in the corner. The footage of the house burning is from the Joe Show.
Wait, the news footage used Cho's footage?
Yeah.
That means he was the first
He was
one
the
there.
first person there. After all the shit I've seen in this video, I'm gonna say, just my opinion, not real. These guys burnt these men alive.
What actually happened?
You know, the toilet flushes backwards down there, so I don't know.
I remember last time we saw the porn on the wall. Was that you or the
That was
guy?
the other fool. So that is what he was aspiring to be like.
Oh, the woman. He wanted to be the woman.
Dude, yeah, so like, I thought he was just weird. You're in Seattle, bro. You just a lot of weird shit.
Nigga said you in Seattle, bro.
I actually made a comment. I said, at least you're straight, but that guy wasn't straight.
No, so I thought the same thing. I was like, oh, shit.
So, Caesar, you know you're squatting, though, right?
Yeah. What am I supposed to do, though? Like, I don't want to work for anybody else because they just keep douching me, bro. Like,
Can you give us a tour, as per usual? Caesar, where are you finding all this gear?
walking around, bro. Looking for weed roaches on the floor.
Caesar, you're a hustler, man. You got another, once again, sick
He
view
look like
right
a
here. What do you
snake.
think this property...
The nigga took his phone out and hell and shit. The nigga look like he was finna snitch on dude. Yeah, man. Y'all leave in the comments that nigga on my trip.
Caesar?
That nigga doing plumbing in that bitch too.
$1 billion team at Wilshire Law Firm. Other firms may talk a big game.
This is sick.
It's pretty sick, bro.
A mill or two?
I don't know, bro, but I'm hoping to impress the property owner when he comes catching me out.
The owner of the property sees this. What's a message you'd like to give to him? It seems like
Sorry. I'm here to do this for me and for my future, and this is just the best I can come up with as far as showcasing my skills.
Sure.
They know how they left it.
Oh, you got a trap phone too.
That's the state phone. Woo! This one's the... That's for Big and Ari.
Yeah.
But turn off the speaker.
Keeping it quiet at night, no fires, no parties, so you're added security to the block.
That's what he feels like. The other day he was like, thank you, and I was like...
I hear that, you know. It's better to have a known neighbor and resident than revolving door, so you're holding down the fort.
All those little
And that door stays locked at night?
All the time.
Yeah.
So all those little things add up to confidence and trust, and those are the things that a painter needs from his client.
He's speaking business needs right now. You got all your tools back too? Get them. Yo!
That nigga had some hellish shit.
You are dripped out, Caesar. Ari blasting in the background and a baseball cap collection that would make Lids jealous. Caesar was renovating the abandoned building and ready to leave if and when the owner asked him to. In this scenario, unlike Sang Kim and Bellevue, landowners might actually benefit from having a guy like Caesar live full-time in this abandoned building until they want it back, assuming he's responsible and doesn't burn the place down. Caesar, it's been a pleasure, man. But what happens when you buy a home? There's an old tenant who's been living in there rent-free for the last 2 years who refuses to leave, leaving you with $1.4 million less, stuck with legal fees in court for the last 8 months, and forcing you and your 4 kids to move in with your mom and dad. Well, that's allegedly the case of our alleged white-collar squatter, Steve Hickey.
What the fuck? I wish
we
a
just
nigga
want to take a
would.
look at the squatting epidemic in the United States, but this is unique because we have a guy in a position of power, relative wealth, doing well for himself. He's not some degenerate, jobless bum breaking into someone's house. This is a well-known figure in the community. Is he legally allowed to be there right now?
Based on what I can tell, I mean, the answer is no.
Just for the viewers out there, a month or two ago, I called someone out as a scammer, and it turns out they weren't exactly a scammer. So coming into this situation, I'm a little bit skeptical. I want to make sure this guy is in fact innocent until proven guilty. We want to hear both sides fully and then come to a conclusion, if any.
Yeah, you know, and this is really complicated for me as well. I was a little hesitant to take on this story, and frankly, I don't know where it's going to go. Because it's still early on. He's not only an industry colleague, I would consider him a friend. Somebody who's given me news tips, somebody who's helped me out in the field, like one of the nicest guys you'll meet. But the allegations are just like too ridiculous now to ignore. So as a journalist, I've just got to be objective now. He has more than 1 million followers on all of his social media platforms, and he's just well respected, and he does decent work, especially during a time when American journalism is in decline. Frankly, I've called him several times already and had private conversations, and I'm like, dude, I don't know if these are true, these allegations that is, but if they are, you gotta settle these. And I'm just trying to walk him off the cliff and say, look, man, it's not worth your career. He knows the law, he knows how to take advantage of the system.
Before confronting Steve at his own garage sale, Jonathan and I were invited to a victims party hosted by several alleged victims of Steve, appearing in person and on Zoom. I'm here with
Lee Strong.
And what did Steve do to you?
To meet his contractual requirements about 3.5 years into a 5-year contract, he stopped paying any rent as he was supposed to and became a squatter.
And it cost you roughly
$150,000 plus attorney fees.
Katrina Freitag, I purchased the...
Oh my soul, son, y'all getting out my shit, bro. I'm not playing them games with them people, man. Man, they just living in my shit freely, ain't paying shit. Nigga ain't gotta worry about no fines, no what? They ain't paying no, bro. The crazy thing is, bro, they not paying a lick of fine, and nigga, they ain't getting shit done to them. Man, these niggas out here playing, man, these niggas playing, man.
It's home from the Stroms, of which Steve Hickey has been squatting in since September of 2023.
How much in delayed or absent rent have you not received from Steve Hickey?
Since purchasing the home, so over 7 months.
which would equate to roughly
Upwards of probably 50,000.
Jessica Scotty and Chris Scotty.
What did Steve do to you guys?
Well, the home that we're sitting in, he basically backed out once he had quite a bit of money that he could get his hands on from our bank loan money from Flagstar Bank. So we basically were left in shambles with about $40,000 in liens, as well as about $90,000 in bank money that was still should have been accounted for that he could not provide the proof of where that money went.
So now we're in the process today, of really vetting what's going on, and we're trying to connect the dots and really follow the paper trail to see where this goes. Because what I laid out to Steve was that his career was like on a rocket ship. Why would you risk everything that you've accomplished to allegedly squat in a house? To me, that made no sense.
That's what I'm saying, nigga. You getting all that chicken, nigga, you might as well pay that shit, nigga. What you doing? Live lavish. They ain't got worried about nothing. You ain't got worried be putting on no YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? But that shit...
Like multiple people that invest with him that some of them just want to move on with their life. He wreaks so much havoc in people's lives. Like one of them was like, my wife threatened to divorce me. Like I had to pull out a home equity line of credit to pay the guy off to get him out of my life. He plays on people's emotional, and he just wears them down, and to the point where you're just like, I just need to keep moving on with my life. But he's wreaked havoc on so many and allegations, but I know this is true from what I've heard. He stole from a quadriplegic vet, somebody who served and protected our country.
What?
Okay, can you explain your guys' relationship with Steve Hickey?
Yes, I have no complaints about Steve.
Are you drowning in payday loan debt? Have you taken out multiple payday loans and are unable to pay them back? Then
up through 2021. Okay. It was in 2022, and April in particular, that he stopped making payments. And after April, we went through a phase where he was trying to renegotiate the deal. We never could come to terms with each other on that renegotiation. And in June of 2022, he told us he was going to purchase the property, which was great. We, in fact, signed papers. Notary came to our house in Arizona. Everything looked good, but the money never transferred. It never happened. And when I questioned him about that, he just, at one point, just said, I'm not going to pay you.
So, real quick, before you sold the property to Katrina, how much money was delinquent that he owed you via rent?
Roughly $150,000.
Oh, no.
Was there any additional?
Oh, no. He got to see about that. He got to see about that in a real way. He got to see about that in a real way. I want that fade. I want that fade in a real way.
So there are legal fees that you incurred throughout that process?
Yeah, about $32,000 up to this point in time, because we are still pursuing him legally.
And during that 15 months of delinquency or lack of payment, did you try to evict him from the property?
Yes. In fact, we went to arbitration because our contract called for that. We prevailed in that arbitration. He was ordered to pay us, and he just ignored it, essentially.
Rather than paying the amount in full, he went to court with you and also incurred legal fees, battled it out in court?
We're still battling, yes.
To this day?
To this day.
So after a year and a half of not paying his rent, you sell this property while he's still in it to Katrina?
Yes, and we were very upfront about the situation at the time. Once she's able to get him out of there and get the property back up to speed, her equity will, I think, cover.
And Katrina thought he may leave?
I believe that's true, but you should ask her.
Attorneys reviewed the situation. He was in the house, and I believe it was a 5-year lease agreement was to be up end of September, and he had not paid rent.
So it was under your belief that he would leave the property at what point in time?
When I purchased the home, we submitted a vacate notice and lease termination for 90 days. December 31st, he was to be moved out.
And did he move out?
No, he has squatted since, have not received any rent money.
He really fooled us, is what I would say. When he dropped off his first rent checks, he came in a helicopter and did it. He landed in the front yard in a helicopter.
Wow.
With the film crew.
He was actually flying the helicopter.
That's awesome.
It really just made us feel more sure about this guy.
he's steady financially.
It's the con man part of it.
So you've never gotten to move in, enjoy the home.
No, the primary purpose was for my primary residence with my 4 young children to be raised in the residence, enjoy the property.
Financially, how much has his occupation or squatting in the property cost you thus far?
Just in rent alone, that's about $50,000. Attorney's fees, I did have this point with my current attorney. It's upwards of, I would say, $40,000 in.
Nigga, that's down to 100 racks. Nigga, I had to clear my throat on that one. Nigga, that's down to 100 racks. She had to pay out her fucking pocket because this nigga squatting in the house and ain't paying no fees, ain't paying no rent, nothing. You hear me? Oh no. Oh, I'm moving. Oh,
damages caused to the home itself during site visits. It is not being kept up as well as maintained at the very least. So I believe that's upwards of probably another $75,000 to $100,000.
And why did you agree to speak with us about the situation?
It's the right thing to do. Not only supporting landlords in Washington State, but King County as well, the current timelines in getting a show cause hearing to actually get a squatter out. And what is that doing to those landlords?
You guys explain your relationship to Steve Hickey.
In 2020, right? We met with him to interview him to be our builder for this home.
This beautiful property with a triple rainbow behind us.
Thank God we were able to keep it after what he put us through.
So you contacted Steve and asked him to do what specifically?
Well, to be our builder. Steve basically was approved, and then we went through the process of basically allowing him our entire loan construction fund that was allotted to us to build this home.
Did you vet Steve at all before you hired him?
Well, based on the fact that he put our children on his fire truck, he was a man of the community, he was sitting at District 47.
Because he put your son on the fire truck? You gotta be serious. Y'all gotta be kidding me right now. Y'all gotta be kidding me. Yeah, this gotta be a joke. Because he put your son on the fire truck, for real? You hear me? Be for real right now, gangster. Stop with all the jokes, you hear me? Stop.
Commissioner,
Stop.
Fire
Cut it out.
Protection Agency. I mean, he had his whole shtick down. So we just proceeded. So he was literally wired our money every time we got a bank wire for supplies or the next phase in the project.
How much money in total was wired to Steve for the construction of this home?
The total amount that was in question that he should have showed receipts for was about $90,000 that he just skipped town and walked away with. We said, show us where the money went.
And he said?
And he said, no.
And then what happened?
And after that, the communication went silent.
The stress of it, my husband has an autoimmune disorder that's triggered by stress, and he almost was hospitalized. Our children were traumatized.
Damn. Y'all wired this nigga over $90,000 and he just walked away. Oh my God, bro, what the fuck going on in Seattle? What the fuck?
This experience.
Yeah. How would you characterize Steve from your time meeting him and spending time with him? How is he as a person?
I mean, he's a criminal.
Do you think he'll try to lie to us tomorrow when we confront him with the evidence in case?
Of course he will.
Was Steve a white-collar squatter? Or does he have rights to the house? And if so, is the legal system broken and...
Alright, man, that's it for the video, bro. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you haven't already.